welcome to Thembisafrika YouTube channel. If you are a new person in this channel, please make sure that you subscribe, you press the notification button, and also like all my videos. Make sure that you go back and watch all the videos so that you was and what we're doing and what we are about here today. As I promised that I will come back to you guys with episode 4 and 5 of confident and body shaming, since we said we're gonna make 5 episodes. Today we're gonna make episode 5. We're gonna obviously it's episode 5, so you guys will watch that. What I did, because well, I was after my exam, I got sick. I got the flu and I wasn't able to interview people in person. So what I did is that I asked some of them to make videos and share with me, and I asked some of them to just come and we're gonna keep the distance and everything and make sure that I don't be in contact with them, since I'm not sure if I'm okay, if I've fully recovered, because it's still cough and and I don't want people to be infected with flu as well, because some of them really think it's COVID-19, of which it wasn't COVID-19. I got tested and I'm taking my medication. So yeah, today what we do is that I'm gonna be right behind the camera, and well, I think it's 2 guys that I'm gonna interview today, and then the other person, obviously you will watch a video of the person responding to the question that I sent to them. And yeah, guys, I hope that you guys will enjoy this moment and learn something out of these videos. Obviously, if you have questions or if you'd like to tell me, share your story or whatever, make sure that you do that. I'm always open to chatting with you, responding to your questions as well. And I hope you guys are learning something out of this. More than anything, that's one thing that I want. I want you to learn something out of all these episodes that I'm making for you guys, all these vlogs. And I want you guys to engage with me. Make sure that you engage with me. And yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. As I'll ask our first speaker to just take over, and then our next, and then I won't even interfere with that. I hope you guys will enjoy. I love you guys so much. I'm giving guys.
Why?
Because you're laughing instead of talking.
Okay. I am everybody. Welcome to Thembisafrika channel. Maybe I'll overtake this channel one day. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm a student at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and I'm answering questions based on confidence and body shaming from Thembisa. So, asizulu ukuthi this is imbuzi akithi namvuthi.
Hi Lonwabo, my name is Thembisafrika, right behind the camera. You first tell us about yourself before we even go through the questions.
Oh, not context.
What do you do? Are you a graduate? What's going on? Who are you?
Okay, I'm a 2-time, close to 3-time graduate of the University of KwaZulu-Natal. And I grew up in the most rural areas of KwaZulu-Natal. But when I was born, it was Eastern Cape. Now it's KZN. How? I don't know.
And now you live in Devon.
Now. So I studied in Pietermaritzburg for the past 6-7 years. Then now I'm in Devon now. I'm currently working as an agricultural advisor for a company. I won't mention the company because I have a better land.
Thank you so much for coming to my channel. So firstly, I would like to ask you to tell us, what do you think when you hear the word confident and body shaming? What does it mean to you?
Confidence is about being true to yourself. Every time, anything else it's just being true to yourself. Let alone what are I'm factors according, but being true to yourself and knowing that you are who you are, and there are people who appreciate you who you are, because as about there's I don't appreciate. Not everyone will just appreciate appreciate you yabo.
Mm.
But kodwa-ke uzozi-appreciate if like learn to appreciate yourself, then okunye nokunye okuzayo you just like you just flow
Sure.
yabo.
Sure. Like, okay, ngokwazi kwami, I know that we can be confident about ourselves and our bodies and whatever, but then there's always that one area, even more than that, one area that you want to improve. What is it what that area that you'd like to build confident in empilweni yakho?
I don't think it's uphikisa umuntu, but even if they are lying and you know they are lying, I just don't have the courage. I don't know whether I don't have the courage or I don't have the time or I just I'm just
Sure.
but uphikisa umuntu ekhulumile, you see when someone
Like
is
when
very,
you tell them what you are lying.
yeah, you see when someone is very confident, very confident in their show, and
You know
and
it's not
like
true.
and I know it's not true. Kodwa-ke umuntu uyabona indlela a-confident ngayo, ngendlela asho ngayo into ayisho, it's like okay, no, let's just let it slide. But sometimes now people abantu bayakhohlisana, abantu bakhohlisana batshelana nge-5G nani
Yes.
ningavaccine niyabulawa but I won't comment.
How do you then overcome your negative body image thoughts?
Mina growing up, you can see ukuthi vele ngimnyama, but I'm better now. Sengithi ukuthi kancane ingihlukile idolobha ne. So if you could see my student card, my first year student card, you see what I'm talking about. But inkinga yami ukuthi mina I've always embraced ukuthi ngimnyama.
Sure.
Like I'm dark skinned, and I will always be dark skinned person in class, in maybe in the school level.
Sure.
Until I went to high school. Tina, high school is grade 10 at that time. So high school is grade 10 to grade 12. So one for the combined school from grade 1 up until grade 9 level.
Sure.
So ila ngibona khona ukuthi hayi bakhona abanye abantu abamnyama
Abamnyama
and sitonana ngalokho ukuthi hayi ngimnyama ngcono nomnyama ngcono, but at the end of the day sibamnyama so the only thing I it's just made fun of how I look, ne? And I have a humongous nose, so that's that.
Sure.
But apparently some people love my big nose, so why not flex ngayo?
Sure. Well, as confident as you can be in life, you always have that one person that you look up to. Maybe that they are influencing your life based on confidence or whatever areas of your life. Who's that one person who's a celebrity that you like? This is my role model, or it's someone that like I look up to.
Oh, well, in terms of maybe I will not say confidence wise, but
That's fine.
but iyangena.
We'll get that as well.
Iyangena.
Sure.
Yabo, there's got lo mjinda u-Andile Ngcobo, ne? Instagram AS Ngcobo, ne? He's a young farmer, ne? I think he did his diploma waqeda eSidara, ne? He manages a farm at Table Mountain, as a Table Mountain, ne? So that guy is a very successful farmer. So for a young person to be able to manage more than 100
It's a very young age.
100 hectares of land and successfully, not just with our managing a thrive, no, successfully. So that gives me confidence. Okay, as black as I can be, as young as you can be, that you can literally do anything. And who was good went no my okay, something there no issue is okay. Yeah.
Right. Is it normal for a person to feel they don't like their bodies? And if so, what are your motivation if ever that happens to you as well?
Yeah, it's normal, isn't it? It's normal. Sometimes you look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, maybe if I was light skinned I would get that cheer. Maybe.
Why is it always about girls?
No, I'm making an example.
All right.
A practical example. Also. Maybe if I had a small nose, maybe maybe people like me better and actually give me opportunities la engavaleleka khona ngamanye.
What are your motivations?
Yabona. My motivation is just my motivation is my mother. My sister, because like really, if you then I can be an I'm part of it. So because growing up, well, I was a bit troublesome, young kid. Which one?
Well, with that being said, I would like to ask you, have you ever experienced being bullied at school, or were you the one who's bullying people, and how does that feel? If you do that, how does that feel?
No. Fortunately enough, I was never bullied. Or for someone who tried to bully me, my brothers told me at because Navele my children. So they told me at a very young age to defend myself,
Yes,
to be able to stand up for myself. So I was like, I no.
Okay, before the last question, what's your take, Google it, social media, in terms of destroying and building us as the young generation?
Well, I think it's all about learning, but learning. Yeah, but there always be really in this negative. There always be this positive. You just have to decide which one do you really want to focus on. Yeah, but so if content here now, if you know you share social media, it is solely based I'll make an example on ingane ezinefika nezincenga. So
Sure.
if you are a girl and mawumjika if you follow i-content yabantu abanemali abahlezi bephethe iy'ngane yabona izokwenza ngathi nawe khona into wrong oyiyona okanye
But sometimes you just go to social media and you're like, if you go view it now, not knowing this person can influence your life.
yeah, it's because it's just you having to accept yourself as you are, yeah? And knowing your value, and knowing your limits. Like it's all about knowing your limits. No, I ask it. Angeke ngifike lapha.
Sure.
So angeke lapho. Ngasondela kusondela lapho. And focus on what I can do best. Yabo. So that's why, because now I'm not good in soccer, I'm not good in music, I can't dance, I can't.
But you're so supportive when it comes to all those kind of things.
Yes.
Poetry.
Yes.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
We're still gonna have another interview. You just telling us more.
I am coming back.
Yes, definitely. Last question will be, it's not a question, but it's you sharing a story of how you learned to love yourself and, accepting who you are. And also just leave something with nababukeli emakhaya that you want them to remember you with.
Into engisazokhunjulwa ngayo mina ngisazoyenza.
All right. But then share a story where you feel like that's the day you learned how to love yourself.
Let me think.
Or what advice would you give to someone that is really pulling down people, destroying other people's self-esteem, confidence, and whatsoever?
But then you can't. I was really it's more like it's being insecure, I said, to actually pull somebody else's image down because wena ufuna ukuthi ubonakale as umuntu ongcono. Because people who shame other people, like who body shame, who career shame and what's not there. Because most lives you hear a lot of things with you. Ngamathing is useless. That's nonsense. That's just stupidity. Okay? Every qualification is important. Kumuntu nomuntu yabo. Uyazi, there's a reason why umuntu asuke okanye egcwalisise ukuthi uzofunda isifundo sokuthi ne. So unesizathu salokho.
Sure.
So uma ngabe ephesiwa lolo asikho isidingo sokuthi kube khona umuntu ozofika athi hayi that qualification is none. You don't know the reason behind it. It's all about the reason behind into eyenzakalayo. And in terms of body shaming, it's utter useless because it's something unnatural.
Sure.
Now sometimes uzokwazi namadlebe angami ungazi ukuthi it's natural vele. So body shaming someone else because I believe ukuthi wonke umuntu unayo he has that something there. Le athi mayibuka kuyena fucking shit.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah, get it.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Okay, Lonwabo, thank you so much for coming to my channel. With you being in front of that screen, I want you to pretend as if this was your channel. And obviously you will say my name, but okay, pretend as if this was your channel and you are closing this session that we had. Thank you so much for coming and looking forward to having our first interview. First interview. What is this? Well, obviously, our
First
second.
proper interview.
Yeah. So yeah, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, guys, for viewing into our YouTube channel.
All right.
Okay, I'm cut that out. Cut that out. Okay. Thank you very much for viewing Thembisafrika YouTube channel and please subscribe. Yeah, I think it's on the right or left down there.
Yeah.
And click the notification button.
Yes.
You are following one. I've always wanted to say this. Hit the notification button and make sure you follow the content. There's still more content to come. There's still top content to come. And if you haven't watched other videos from this YouTube channel, just you need to watch them because they are you learn something, you something, you like, don't worry, you will be pashash.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Good day, everybody. It's your boy Gino. One of my friends actually asked me to actually answer a few questions. So with me here, I have the lovely Tano who's going to be leading us through the way. But before I start, I'd like to actually start a day with a powerful quote from a great man, Gino Dorello. Gino Dorello says, "Positivity is a pathway of greatness, but negativity is just a mental bondage." So with that, allow me to take you over to Tando.
Okay, so our first question is, what does confidence and body shaming mean to you?
Confidence to me is something deep. It goes beyond everyone's imaginations. It goes deeper than the skin. Why? Because everything that needs to manifest in the physical, it all starts in the mental. A body of a person is divided in a lot of parts. It's divided into a lot of parts. Parts like hormones, things that control how we think, right? So confidence is actually how you view yourself, how you define yourself without the world actually defining you for you, which is very important for you to actually have confidence, because without confidence, you're like a chicken with no head, no clue. You're gonna go wherever they want you to go. So back to body shaming. Body shaming is actually discriminating someone based on their body shape or body structures or based on their physique. Next question.
Okay. In what areas of your life would you like to build your confidence?
Um, Honestly speaking, I would like to actually answer this question with a story of my life. See, when I grew up, I was very fat, very fat. So it affected my confidence because due to that, I knew I had what it takes, but I felt like my physique didn't want me to, didn't actually make me believe in myself. So the area that I would like to actually work on are two areas. One of them being personality. I feel like personality is actually what stood up the most to everyone's life. So I would like to work on my personality more than a lot of things. But on the other hand, your mental health is very important and your physical health is very important. So I would like to work on my physique and my personality, not because I want people to see me how they want me to see me, but I want to see myself as I want to see myself.
Okay, so how do you overcome your negative body image thoughts?
That's very powerful. I feel like as much as people use the internet in the wrong way, you can actually use internet in a good way. See, how did I overcome the negativity that came with my body shaming? I remember when I was still in high school, it was very, very, very hectic. I remember it was a school trip, one of the worst experiences of my life. So we were in the bus going to a school trip. I was still in high school. So I remember there were two seats, and those two seats they needed to be occupied by one person. They needed to be occupied by two people. But I was too fat to a point that I had to occupy two seats. But what actually brought me pain the most it was when I asked this girl if I can sit next to her, and then she said, at least if I was way skinnier than I am, she would allow me to sit there. That really messed up my life because I felt like I couldn't fit in anywhere else because of my weight. So I overcame my weight, but actually by overcome the body shaming, the negativity that came with my physique, by literally speaking life to myself, always telling myself that I was the greatest, even though no one was watching. I always told myself that I was the greatest. No one else in the world is way better than me. Because why? I was actually stimulating the hormones that tells me. Because it all starts with the system. Your hormones are the ones that tell you how you should feel, not the world. So I told myself, and due to that, I worked on my body and I worked on my life. And because of that, I am confident as I am today.
Okay, so which celebrity actually has a personality that you like?
For me, it's the weekend.
Why?
Because if you listen to the weekend's story, it's similar to mine. The weekend grew up as a boy that never had confidence in himself. He was one of the greatest singers the world can ever have. But he had a low self-esteem. Same applies to me. I started writing books. I used to rap. But I would write something that is very powerful. But because of my confidence, I felt like it was not gonna come the way I wanted to come in the world. And due to that, I had to give up a lot of things, not even knowing whether what I'm gonna say is gonna impact the world in a good way or what. So the weekend started as someone who felt like he was nothing. But if you look at now, the weekend is on top of the world. I'm proud to say the weekend is my favorite artist. Thank you.
Okay. So do you think it's normal to feel like we don't like our bodies, and what are your motivations? Like how would you motivate a person who doesn't like their body?
Firstly, it is normal to feel like you don't like your body. How and why is it normal? It's because most people define themselves, they look at themselves in the world's perspective. And that's not how you should look at yourself. The world has turned into something the world, everyone use it as a playground to put down on other people. Like, I'm saying that because I've realized that growing up, we always felt like when you're skinny, you can be a model. When you're light skinned, you'll be a man crush every day. But it's not the case. How the world defines beauty is not how you should supposed to define beauty. Beauty is not how you look like, but it's who you become. You know. So to me, the motivation to the world is to say, be confident in who you are. Don't try to fit in. Why? Because you could be a circle and the shape that the world is giving you is a square. You're custom made. Don't try to fit in. You're amazing the way you are. Who said black is bad? Who said light is greater? Who said being skinny is amazing? No, that's not the case. And who said being fat is not amazing? That's the world's perspective. If you want to work on yourself, you need to be selfish. Put yourself first, right? I like to have the building in my life. I've built a building that is way too big, which means how I define my life It's God first, and it's me first. It's family, and it's the world. With that, it gives you enough time to think about yourself more than you should think about what the world says. I don't care about what my neighbor says. I care about what I say. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should not listen to people's advice and everything. You should listen to advice. But at the end of the day, listen to the words that I've quoted before. Positivity is a pathway to greatness, and negativity is a mental bondage. I've realized that we're living in the world where we're physically free, but we're mental slaveries. What does that mean? Most people, we're living in the world where people are only happy on their photos. Why? Because that's how the world defined happiness. But I'm telling you, my brother, my sister out there, if you start focusing more on yourself and less in the world, you will work on more on yourself, and you will turn out to be the same person that you always wanted to be.
Okay, so as a kid, were you ever bullied or were you the one who was the bully?
Mm. I was bullied
Mm,
and I bullied.
okay, so how has that affected your self-esteem and confidence?
Honestly speaking, as much as this is a very, very sensitive factor to me, but I would like to actually take you back to my family. You know how it's like growing up in a black family where it's highly unlike that parents speak love to their kids. I never felt love from home, which means I had to find love any other place in the world, which is not family. They always say that charity begins at home. How you see yourself, usually it's motivated by how your family views you and how the environment around you views you. So I was a bully because I was way bigger than other students and other kids. I felt stronger. I bullied other kids. But why? I never realized that was caused by the anger that I bore when I was a kid. It was caused by the love that I didn't have as a kid. I was always introduced to love as power. So I always wanted to have power over other kids. And how I was bullied, I said it earlier, I was spared. People used to tell me the world will never accept you. You need to work a little bit harder because fat boys don't get girlfriends, fat boys don't get things like that. But I had a personality. I had a personality that I would chat with someone on the phone, they blush, they enjoy my environment. But the problem was me. I didn't believe in myself. So how that impacted me in my life? Being bullied impacted me in my life. Because there was a time where I could get what I've always wanted. But once I have it, I feel like I don't deserve it. I can handle it. And that caused me to be insecure about myself. I had to double check, triple check my step every time I do something because I felt like I was not good enough.
Okay, so what is your take on how social media destroys or builds a person?
Honestly speaking, I hate social media. I hate social media because it defines the world how it wants it to be, and it neglects that we're all different. We don't like same things. We tend to try to fit in and conform to the norms of the world. Why? Because media says it. It is. I'm proud to say I'm a Christian, and I usually like to refer to the Bible. How does the Bible views me before I let the world define my life? I hate social media for some reason. Social media gets you in a zone where it brings you down to your lowest. You can read a caption that can bring you down, and the person who wrote the captions, they were writing that based on their experience, not based on the reality of the world. Guys, stop letting the media destroy your image. You are amazing the way you are. Nobody says being dark means you're not beautiful. Nobody says being a yellow bone doesn't mean you are not beautiful. Stop letting the world define your perspective. Focus on yourself. Focus on building yourself. Spread love everywhere you go. Be kind to yourself. Don't bring yourself down. Because you're amazing just the way you are.
Okay, would you like? It was nice having you here,
Thank you.
Gino, and thank you for answering our questions. Well, from what you've told us, it seems like you're a pretty confident man. Thank you for that. And thank you for actually telling people how they can be able to rebuild themselves and actually love their bodies and have a lot of self esteem and confidence. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been a privilege to be with you guys. But none of this would have been possible if it wasn't Thembisafrika, one of the greatest YouTube channels you could ever come across. But for those who feel like Mr. Gina, you were given less time to speak to us about this, you can get me on my Instagram. I go by the name of Jeezy21. And also you can go to my quotes page where you will get a lot of wisdom, get to enjoy yourself. You can follow me, Gino the Cultured Mindset. It's Gino underscore de underscore quoted mindset. Let me tell you guys, there's no one that is great in you. I'd like to thank everyone for giving me a chance, and don't forget to subscribe Thembisafrika YouTube channel. I love you guys. Take care.
That was powerful. There's no need for me to add. There's no need for me to whatsoever. That was powerful. Thank you to Gino for coming to my channel. Thank you, Lonwabo, for coming to my channel. You guys, I've learned a lot today, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you guys are gonna learn as well. I'm so excited that you guys are gonna. Okay, well, okay, this is the book. This is the book. I don't know if you can see it. It's written, Take Charge of Your Own Career Development and Unleash Your Potential. This book is written by my friend's friends. Yeah, but a very strong, powerful woman, empowering and inspiring woman, Utandega Mbelase. She's a career coach as well. She's an engineer and she's an author, obviously, because that's her. That's her, people. That's her right there. So yeah, I'll be giving away this book as soon as I finish. I'll be giving away this book to anyone that is willing to unleash their potential and take charge of their own careers. And also, obviously, you can contact or I don't know how. I think it's career coach Tandega career coach something. I'll just write her handle on down below on the description, and then you guys can follow her and get more information about her, ask her questions and on and so on. But yeah, and this came out with the book. It's what do you call it? It's a journal. It's a journal. I'll use it to just summarize everything that I learned out of this, of which is why I'm saying I'll be giving away this book after I'm done, because everything that I've learned out of the book will be written here, and I'll have this for the rest of my life. And yeah, the book was worth 210 rand, and I think she's making a sale. I don't know if you guys call it special. I don't know, but yeah, it's well, I don't know. Just follow her on Instagram. I'll share her handle down below, and then you can find out what's going on with the Witsimani Boha for June and what's on. And yeah, but this is her book, Tandega Mbelase. If you follow her, you will find and order your own book if you want it. And also, stay tuned as to when am I giving this book away. And as soon as we are done with the episode, obviously, then I'll be giving away this book. Just make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Thembisafrika, small letters, underscore at the end. It's Thembisafrika, not Africa, right? It's K-A, it's Zinene. And between Thembisa and Africa, there's one A. We use one A, which is a capital letter. And yeah, follow me on Instagram for you to see when am I giving away this book. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Continue doing the things that need to be done. And obviously, I'll be, well, I've started my own brand. So I'll be selling these t-shirts. I'm still deciding on what price and how do I want it to look like. And then I'll share all of that information on my Instagram page. And yeah, guys, thank you so much.